This video is pertaining to solving absolute value equations. The absolute value of 2x minus 5 is equal to 15. Absolute value measures the distance a number is from 0. For example, the absolute value of 3 is 3 because 3 is 3 units away from 0 on a number line. The absolute value of negative 7 is 7 because negative 7 is 7 units away from 0 on a number line. Now for this problem, can you think of what two numbers are 15 units away from 0 on a number line? That's right, 15 and negative 15. 2x minus 5 needs to be set to each one of these values. If you set 2x minus 5 equal to negative 15 and solve for x, add 5 to both sides, divide by 2, then you get x equals negative 5. Two x minus 5 can also be at positive 15 because that was the other number that had an absolute value of 15. Add 5, divide by 2. And so this problem has two solutions, negative 5 and positive 10. Let's do another example of an absolute value equation. Let's look at the absolute value of 5x plus 2 equal to 23. There are two numbers that are 23 units away from 0 on a number line. What's one of them? That's right. Negative 23 is one of them. What's another one? Yep, positive 23. So for an absolute value equation, if your absolute value term is isolated, then you're going to set the internal components equal to the positive and the negative of the number sitting outside. There are special cases you have to look out for. For example, in the original problem, if this had been absolute value of 5x plus 2 equals negative 23, then you would have no solution because there's no negative 23 distance from 0. So be careful that your absolute value is set equal to a positive number, and if it is, then you use the positive and negative of that number to set your internal component equal to. Let's subtract 2. And let's divide by 5. There's one answer. Same steps. Let's subtract 2. And divide by 5. Those are our two solutions, negative 5 and 21/5. If your absolute value term has an inequality symbol, then we're going to have a little bit different approach to it. For example, the absolute value of x minus 24 is less than or equal to 4. Now this time we have to keep our distance from 0 less than or equal to 4 units. So let's think about what that means. If I draw a number line, I highlight 0. If I can go no more than 4 units away, that means I'm trapped between -4 and +4. How does that translate into this problem? It just means that x minus 24 has to stay between -4 and 4. So basically, the internal part is trapped in here. Now, we did compound inequalities on the previous video, so that's not too difficult. Let's add 24 all the way across. With our compound inequality, the goal is to isolate x in the middle. The solutions to this problem, and it's plural, any value of x between and including 20 and 28. Any number highlighted with the blue is a solution to the original problem. If the inequality happens to be a greater than or equal to then your distance from 0 has to be farther instead of trapped in the middle. This distance number is 8. If we stay farther than 8 units away from 0, then we're going to be in one of these two areas. We're either going to be less than or equal to -8 or greater than or equal to +8. 4 minus 3x can fit either description. And so instead of staying between two numbers, we're going to be outside of two numbers. Let's investigate. Okay, the left shaded area, 4 minus 3x, less than or equal to -8. The right shaded region, greater than or equal to +8. Okay, so let's subtract 4. -8 minus 4. We're going to divide by -3. Remember to turn your inequality around. -12 divided by -3 is 4. Same thing on the bottom half. Subtract 4. 8 minus 4. Divide by -3. 4 divided by -3 is -4/3. Don't forget to turn your inequality around. So your solutions, plural, to this one, any value of x greater than or equal to 4, or any value less than or equal to -4/3, will be a solution. Now I'm going to write it on the side. There is a way to write these with a union symbol. And this is what it would look like. Now, it's going to be in small print, and I'm going to block it off. But you would have negative infinity to negative 4/3, or, excuse me, positive 4 to infinity. Your solutions can come from one of those two intervals.